Hello there, Leo. This reading is for Leo sun, but also moon and rising. If you don't resonate with your sun sign, you obviously check out your moon and your rising sign. This is for the week of March 7th through the 13th. I'm going to look at your energy, your person's energy, your challenges and your strengths this week, and then I'll end the reading with an oracle card and a song card for you. If you're interested in a personal reading from me, astrology or tarot, that is linked in the description box at my website. Let's see what you have going on, Leo. For you, I have the Hierophant, just Taurus energy, the Ten of Wands, the Sun, which is your ruler, the Hanged Man, and the Ace of Pentacles. There is success, a lot of success after trials in this spread. Things that you are committed to with the Hierophant, things that you have promised to do that you kind of signed on for, I feel like were a big struggle. It was like almost like you've taken on more than you can deal with. It feels like everything is on my shoulders right now. I'm carrying this big obstacle, this big weight, but I've already committed to it. I can't get out of it now. It just feels very weighed down for you, Leo. But the nice thing is that the energy changes this week because we have the Sun, which is success, which is happiness, which is joy. It's when we get to kind of lounge around and enjoy the fact that things are done, things are taken care of, and we can just go and have a good time. So that energy is shifting of all of those things that you have, all those obligations, all the things that you're underneath. I feel a lightening of that. We have the Hanged Man in this deck because it's the cat in my little Mystic Cat deck. It's called the Floating Cat. And so the image that I'm seeing here is one of freedom, of lightness. That's not the typical interpretation of that card because it's the Hanged Man, which is more about stagnant energy. But this case here is about just it lightening, you not having all those responsibilities and things that you have to deal with. I think that you also are looking at things and approaching things differently than you have in the past. And then the Ace of Pentacles at the end, I'm feeling there's an opportunity here for you. There's an opportunity or a new project going on that you are going to be excited about, I believe. We're also going to look at the person's energy before I go back and clarify yours, okay? So let's look at what person is coming through in this reading for you. This oftentimes is a partner or love interest. It can be a friend or family member, but it's the individual's energy that needs to come through right now. Okay, I have the King of Swords, the Chariot. There's Cancer energy there, the Eight of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. Your person is going through a struggle. The King of Swords here, I don't think you know what their struggle is. I think that they are withdrawing. They're playing it cool. You might get a lot of reserved energy. It might be like when you try to talk to them, you can't get anything out of them because they're so closed down. But you can tell that the wheels are turning up there. There's a lot of thought going on. It's a lot of strategy. This is somebody who is not letting a lot of emotion come into play, and I see exactly why that is, because there is emotion here. It's just buried underneath that kind of cool facade. The Chariot next to the King of Swords, we're talking about they're trying to figure out how to move forward in an emotionally healthy way. And I think what they've done, instead of actually moving forward in an emotionally healthy way, is they have suppressed their emotions. They think that this is healthy. They think that they're on top of things and that they're moving things along. They're working through whatever it is. But that's not what's really happening, because I have, first of all, the Eight of Cups. They just decided that something is not serving them and they're walking away from it. They're putting distance between it. It's kind of this checking out mode. And that's not usually a bad thing, the Eight of Cups. It is often sad. It's bittersweet when we have to leave something in our lives because they aren't working for us. But in this case, what I think they're leaving behind is their emotions. They're dismissing them. They're removing themselves from their emotions, and they're doing it in a way that they're not even aware of. They're not aware that they're dissociating from them in that way, because I have the Four of Pentacles telling me that they are holding back. They're holding on to something. And this isn't dealing with it. It's like back in their closet, they've stored this thing that's upsetting to them. And they've just hidden it back there so that nobody can see it, but they're not going to let go of it either. And they're not going to share it either. They're just letting it sit there. I feel like they have their guard up because they don't want you to see what's back there, what they're, what they're hiding, really. And I don't think it's hiding a thing. I think it's hiding an emotion, something that they are hurting over. The Six of Swords is the last card. Instead of fighting about this, instead of struggling through it, I think they eventually just decide to kind of take their toys and go home. The Six of Swords to me is that fuck this shit card. That's what I always call it, because in every deck, it gives me that vibe, right? No matter if it's like in a really nice, sweet way, like the Rider-Waite-Smith, where he's just on a little boat and he's sailing off into the distance, or if it's like this one, where this cat has like been in a scuffle and he's like, I don't want to fight anymore. I don't want to deal with that. I'm just going to go over here and do my own thing. So whatever is going on with them, they're not sharing it. They're not dealing with it. It's not very healthy, to be honest. Let's look at your energy more, and then we'll talk about their stuff more. Okay, so remembering that we have the Hierophants, the commitments up here. We have the Seven of Cups clarifying that. Okay, you were given a choice in this matter when you took this on. And I think that you felt overwhelmed by it, but you wanted to make the right choice. That's what I have here with the Seven of Cups. I think you also had an imaginary idea of what it would actually look like when we bite off more than we can chew. But the world is clarifying the Ten of Wands, which is where it was like, ooh, this is too much. I'm dealing with too much right now. So that, like I said, that's wrapping up. That's coming to a conclusion. It's coming to completion, and you did a good job. So you're going to be able to leave all of that behind. Everything that has been on your mind and pressuring you, you're moving out of that difficult energy. The Ace of Cups, actually beautiful here, clarifying the Sun, and also we have the Lovers. So I know your person is going through some stuff, and I think that, first of all, you feel really positively about the connection. You feel positive about love in general. I feel that you are opening up your heart. You are happy with this person overall. I mean, the connection is really good. Having the Lovers here next to the Ace of Cups confirms that to me. But I do think that you're starting to look at the relationship a little bit differently than you did before. The Hanged Man being that shift of perspective, and then it's showing clarification of the Lovers. So shifting your perspective about the connection, about this person. Again, it's not a bad thing. I think you're just seeing something different in them than you saw previously. The Ace of Pentacles and the Fool, that's gorgeous, because both of these are about new beginnings. Now, I think that you are going to be taking a leap of faith. You're going to be endeavoring into something new, some new project. It's going to be really exciting. Something that you've not dealt with before, and it has a great deal of potential. I also think that for some of you, this is going to be an opportunity that was presented to you by somebody that you know. Like, you didn't just come up with this out of thin air and decide that you're going to do it. I think somebody's asking you, hey, do you want to do this with me? And you're like, you know what? I've got some time freed up. I've just finished a bunch of other things. Yeah, sure. Let's see where this goes. So we're opening you up to a lot of more interesting things to come after this week. So it's setting you up. You're at the beginning of that. So let's look at what's going on with your person, because honestly, they're having a much tougher time than you are. And it may be that you're not really aware of what's going on with them. So let's shed some light on it. Leo, the keyword that's coming to my mind here when I'm looking at their spread and I'm focusing on their energy is shame. I think shame is a big part of this story for them. Okay, so I have the Six of Coins, King of Cups, Two of Swords, Magician, Hangman. All right. I'm feeling power imbalances here with the Six of Coins. I think that they are either asking for something from you, or they're feeling that something is being required of them. So I'm going to leave that there. I hope that that meaning becomes more clear as we read the rest of the cards. This does have a strong water sign energy, particularly Cancer. So they may have Cancer placements or other water sign placements because I have the Chariot and the King of Cups. Again, that's emotional maturity. They are a mature person. This is not somebody who plays games or tries to manipulate, who is not self-aware, who plays the victim. They don't do that. They are an emotionally mature person. They're trying to handle this as best they can. I think they just aren't really sure how to open up here because of shame. So with the Eight of Cups, they're trying to make a decision about something. Do I leave something or do I not? Okay. I don't think it's you, actually. So don't get worried here. I don't think that they're stepping away from you. I don't think they're disconnecting from you. I think there's something else emotional that they're trying to decide. Do I leave this behind and let the past be the past, or is this still relevant in my life right now? It looks to me like it's actually another connection that they have. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be a friendship. But it's bringing up some things for them that are difficult. The Four of Pentacles clarifying, the Magician's clarifying it. The Magician is about our willpower. It's about manifestation. It is about having the skills. So I think they don't really fully have the skills developed emotionally, mentally, to let this go. Because it's like, you know, this little hoarder cat right here holding on to all of his stuff. And he's like, how do I even begin to sort through all of this shit? They do, though. They do have the skill to do it. I think they doubt that they do. So I think it's easier for them to ignore it and to push it down and to act like they're dealing with it. The Hangman and the Six of Swords, I think there's a situation that would really help them if they realized that they're not the victim of their circumstances. If they took their power back and realized, hey, this isn't just something that happened to me. This is something that I played a part in. And even though that requires us to admit where we're wrong, it also helps us see that we are not powerless, and it shifts our perspective. That's what they need to do right now, is to shift their perspective instead of just backing away from it and trying to pretend that it never happened. So somehow this may be connected to you. Really what I think this is they need your help through this, Leo. So I think that's why it's coming through, because on your side, I see a lot of love for them. I see good connection here between the two of you. It all looks like it's their stuff. So that's how I think that you're coming into play, is that they need your assistance. Let's go ahead and look at your strengths and challenges for the week. Okay, Leo, strengths and challenges. Strengths and challenges. There's the Queen of Wands. There's your energy. And then the King of Swords again. I felt like that was a lot of them and how they're coming across. That's interesting to have there. Okay, so for your strengths, I have the Three of Swords as well as the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. The strengths here, it's interesting because it's shared difficulty, shared pain, shared experiences between the two of you. That's your strength, because you can relate to your person in a way that other people cannot. And they're going to know that you're genuine and that you really understand where they're coming from. So even though the Three of Swords is not a happy card, it's a card about hurt and pain. And, when we were fucked over and our heart was broken, it's something that you understand. So because of your shared experiences, this is a strength between you and your person, and that is going to help open them up so that they can deal with this and finally put it behind them and not carry around shame or regret or anger for it anymore. For your weaknesses, I have the Eight of Cups, I have the Justice card, which is Libra energy, and the Five of Cups. There's a lot of sadness in this, really. In this deck, the Justice card is actually called Consequences. So I've got the Eight of Cups, which is about walking away from a situation when it doesn't serve you. I have consequences for actions made. And then I have the Five of Cups, which is grief. Okay, so I don't think that this is on your side, because we saw your stuff and it was really good. It was really beautiful, right? I think that this is on your person's side. I think what's happening here is that it's showing that they are checking out, and it's going to be a challenge for you to bring them back in, to get them close, to have that intimacy with them, because I feel like they are checking out with the Eight of Cups. With consequences, it's like, yeah, these are their consequences that they have to deal with. And unfortunately, the people close to us, the people that care about us, often kind of get hit with that, kind of have to deal with it too. It's like we go through things together. That's how community and unity work. And the Five of Cups, you're seeing their grief, and I think it can be frustrating at times because they're so focused on the bad stuff, and they're not focusing on where they do have power, where they can take responsibility, what is good and what they should be grateful for in their life. This does challenge you, Leo, because this is not how you see the situation. And you do have this shared experience with them. That's your best bet, is to open up to them and be vulnerable so that they realize, like, hey, they get it. They've been there too. Let's do your Moonology card. Sometimes there's advice here. Sometimes there's encouragement. This is the only Oracle deck I own. I've tried other Oracle decks. They're just not my style, right? Like, I just can't get down with the, cute, everything is happy, and some of the colors, I don't know. Or when they start using words like the collective, conscious, soul, I can't. My brain doesn't do that. It's not how my brain works. It's not what happens when you have Mercury in Sagittarius. Okay, I have luck is on your side, which is the new moon in Sagittarius. Careful what you say. Luck is on your side. So fate is backing you up. It's giving you a push. And like I said, when we looked at what was happening for you, how things were lightening up and you were having some new opportunities, you were making room for things because other things have been completed. This is reiterating that message. It's kind of one of those Jupiterian things, Jupiter being the greater benefic, and it is the ruler of Sag. It brings all the good things. It's like having a lucky stick stuck up your ass, okay? So just think of that, like you're not going to go wrong right now, Leo. You've got some fortune, you've got some luck on your side. Let's go ahead and pull your song card. These are all really special songs to me. Some of them are a little more embarrassing than others, but they all have special meanings to me, and I share this with you in hopes that the song card that I pull will have a message in it for you. Actually, I saw one. There it is. Okay. So, and I'm also going to ask you, I need some new music. I'm stuck lately musically, so drop me some suggestions. Okay, I have I'll Stand By You by the Pretenders. This is really perfect because I do feel like you're standing by your person. You're still there for them even when they're withdrawing, even when they're struggling. But I'll let you listen to it. You probably know the song, but I'll let you get out of that what you do and let your intuition take control there. If you enjoyed this reading, hit subscribe, and I will see you again next week.